This is Greg Troutwine with Marine Technology TV, and we're incredibly pleased to be joined again by Ben Kinnaman, CEO of Greensea IQ, to discuss this fast-growing company and one of its exciting new products. So Ben, I know everyone watching this knows the Greensea IQ name, but why don't you just give us a little bit of an update? By the numbers, look at the company using the metrics of your choice.
Sure. Yeah, Greensea continues to grow. We've had a couple really good years. We've taken the company through a couple pretty significant growth phases. We continue in our traditional business of autonomy software, particularly for the defense industry. We've also managed to build a couple product lines on top of that software and those capabilities, building on the autonomy, the precision navigation, really targeting some areas of the industry that are underserved. Seabed defense, seabed robotics, ship hull robotics, mainly focused on preventative maintenance, life cycle management, and fuel efficiency, all using an autonomy robotics platform. So the company continues to grow. I drive the company at about 50% growth a year. We exited last year with 57% top line. We're looking at about another 55 to 56% growth this year.
Now, it is exciting, and we're definitely going to get to the EverClean product, but if you don't mind, I'd like to just kind of dive into the defense business, because I remember from some of our early conversations, defense was always a core tenet of what you do.
Sure.
Obviously it's a very interesting geopolitical times around the world. It seems to be defense spending is increasing. Can you just give me kind of like an insight from where you sit? The defense market, how is that growing, and where do you see opportunity today?
Sure. Yeah, so from our perspective, I think one of the biggest opportunities in defense is providing scale and safety for the warfighter. So, and our company is very keenly focused on these activities in defense where we've typically relied on a single warfighter to accomplish a specific mission. Explosive ordnance disposal, mine countermeasures, combat swimming, special operations. Using robotics and autonomy, we can get the man out of the minefield, so to speak. We can multiply force protection. We can multiply the use of warfighters on the ground through robotics and autonomy. So in those particular areas, we see a real uptick over the last few years. And as robotics and autonomy continues to be viable, we see a real adoption for robotics and autonomy to provide scale and safety in place of warfighters.
Okay, excellent. So we're here talking about the EverClean, the system, and I understand it has some exciting new capabilities. Why don't you kind of give us a run through of the system? What's new?
Sure. So EverClean is our autonomous robotics platform for ship hull maintenance. We fielded EverClean a couple years ago. It's a robotics as a service for managing fuel efficiency. The original EverClean platform was a cleaning system. So these are autonomous robots that clean ship hulls and survey ship hulls and collect data on the ship hulls that we use to manage ultimate fuel efficiency. The new product of EverClean that we have in our booth this year is purely an inspection robot. So in this system, we've replaced the brush deck with a sensor system. We have a couple brushes to spot clean. We have ultrasonic thickness measuring systems on it. We also have some other instrumentation to measure the surface roughness, the hull thickness, and do a complete visual and acoustic survey of the ship hull. So we use our cloud platform called EverClean IQ to manage all of that data into a cloud data delivery platform for a customer. So with this autonomous robot, we're also providing a full life cycle and workflow management for ship hull inspection data. So at this show, it's a new revision of the EverClean cleaning robot, except just with an inspection deck. And in this product, we're actually selling the robot instead of just the service. What's really interesting about this industry and about this kind of concept is we pioneered it. We were one of the first to have a small autonomous robot to really effectively and meaningfully clean a ship. And what we're seeing in this market already is a race to the bottom. We're seeing companies come out with really glorified pool cleaning robots that require an operator to constantly drive them and clean a hull. The problem is that the industry doesn't want anything like that. What the industry wants is fuel efficiency. The industry actually doesn't care about a clean hull. The industry doesn't care about cleaning a hull, and they really don't care about a hull cleaning robot. What they want is fuel efficiency. So what we provide is a subscription to a better performing ship. We use these autonomous robots to provide that, but we also use the data that we collect off the hull to provide an optimally performing ship. So with that, it's a subscription to a better performing ship. And with this concept and with these autonomous robots, we're providing 15-20% fuel efficiency and fuel savings to our customers. You're not going to get that with just a hull cleaning robot.